it's Leia. We're here live at San Diego Comic-Con, and we're here to talk about all things Bioworld, heroes and villains, pretty much everything here. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Paul Beck with Bioworld, and I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, and so I am always curious about Comic-Con and Bioworld and everything, and kind of the year-long journey it takes for conventions like not only just San Diego but New York Comic-Con, Celebration, things like that. What has kind of been the journey in IP for this year, leading into this year's event?
Yeah, it's a good question. There's always a long lead time to plan these conventions, and I'll probably use the term we have as much time as we're allowed to get some of these things done. So in a perfect world, we would probably take a little bit more time for just some of the planning and logistical pieces. But as far as the product goes, and I guess we'll get a look at that here in a bit, that is more of a love child, I guess, between us and Lucas. Finding a couple different touch points, really looking at what we've done in the past, and we're always trying to innovate and trying to find something new that hasn't been done before. One of the things that's been really popular this year are the flags that we have. We can walk over here now and look at them. You can see one back here. Here that's new, that's done really well. And then our top performing item actually is behind the barrier here. We have a crew neck that is exclusive to Comic-Con that's doing well too. But you can see from the whole collection, it's definitely a cohesive plan all the way down, kind of starting with these bomber jackets and going down into the t-shirts too. But to answer your question, it's usually about a 9 to 12 month planning period. So once this show is done, in about another quarter, we'll start throwing out ideas of, hey, what does this look like next year, and what's going to be there. And with some of the other conventions, it's the same process. Oh, you're probably going to want to get these guys too, behind you. With some of the other conventions, it's the same type of process. You're usually securing the booth space at least a year in advance, or committing to that. And then figuring out how much space and how much product and what type of product you're going to bring.
And so one thing I really love about Bioworld, and especially with this collection in particular, is there's a huge color schemes, a lot of patterns, a lot of patches. What is the design process kind of like between designers and IP and everybody who's on the team?
Yeah, we're really lucky to have such a talented team at Bioworld. We have around 200 internal designers, which is a lot, and they are spaced out globally. And so most of that is devised by designers for certain product types. So we'll have somebody specifically that's looking at jackets, somebody specifically that's doing t-shirts, bags, etc., the headwear. So they only design those categories, which really helps us fitting not only the style and color schemes, but also, realizing that what we put on those items is actually going to fit on those items, or still look good on those items. And then it's a process of us going back and forth with the Lucas team, and to get the approvals done, always taking their input and trying to see, a lot of what we do is probably outside of what a traditional style guide is too. So it's a little bit of a different process, because a lot of it is our vision and our designer's vision versus taking something from the style guide, or taking something that maybe appeared in some of the long form content.
And so since the booth is here and we're kind of at Comic-Con, I'm always curious to ask the people behind everything here, what's your favorite personal item here?
My favorite personal item would probably be one of the hats up here. I would wear any of the hats. And also, and we didn't call this out, but we were really lucky to get some of the props up here, some of the helmets, and when we go around the other way, you'll see some additional items above the register that Lucas was kind enough to give us to really round out the booth and make it feel like, we're in the story right now. Yeah.
And so for my final question, because Bioworld has such a vast future and things like that, and you guys have been coming here for years, what are you most looking forward to in Bioworld's future this upcoming year and for next year?
Yeah, I think just continuing to innovate the product. I mean, the exciting part is the trends, the tastes, the fandom changes almost daily. I say that's probably fair now, and it's really turbocharged by social media and everything that we see online. And so I look forward to continuing to, pivot as quickly as we can into some of those trends and into, the appetite of those fans and satisfying it.
I'm so excited for y'all, and I'm so excited to see the rest of the collection and see what you guys come up with next year. Well, thank you so much, Paul. I'm so excited to see you and to talk to you, and thank you for everything.
Yep. Enjoy the rest of the show. Appreciate
it. Thank you.
Thank you.